Before Simba, there was Mufasa, a cub with nothing, destined for greatness. Betrayal, survival, and the rise of a legend begin here. This is the untold story of the Lion King. Meanwhile, Cairo and his sisters overpower Mufasa. This throwing him into a cave on Taka's watch in hesitation. However, their excitement turns to panic as the rain intensifies and a sudden flood surges through, sweeping across the land with unexpected force.
I'll catch you on the tongue!
The current sweeps Mufasa away, carrying him to a distant, unfamiliar land. Welcome to Movie Recaps. Today, we delve into the details of Mufasa, the Lion King. Full movie recap. Thank you. The movie begins sometime after Simba becomes king of the Pride Lands. He and Nala welcome their daughter Kiara and are soon expecting another cup. Excited by the news, Simba shares it with the kingdom. My friend vowing to fulfill his father's dream of strengthening the circle of life to prepare for the arrival of their new cub Nala and Simba journey to a peaceful oasis where Nala can safely give birth, surrounded by tranquility and hope for their growing family. Before leaving, Simba asks Teen and Pumbaa to watch Kir rear of all. They sarcastically bow, calling him ruler of all four-legged creatures. And Ron the zebra, Simba, urges them to behave and not overwhelm Kir with stories. Those stories wait a second. Despite their grumbling and endless chatter, Simba reassures Kir she's in good company. Don't be scared, my love, as Simba departs. Teen and Pumbaa spin a wild tale of defeating and eating Scar, amusing Kiara him honestly. When a storm frightens her, they debate singing their song with Teen, humorously claiming he's not in the mood for it.
Run for your life! Rafiki!
As thunder roars in the distance, Rafiki arrives bringing comfort and wisdom to the uneasy group. Teen and Pumbaa, ever. The comedians chime in with humorous commentary. Rafiki Pati weaves his wisdom through their antics, reminding Kiara of her family's strength and courage. He begins recounting the tale of Kiara's grandfather Mufasa and his betrayal by Scar. His calming presence helps ease the tension brought by the storm and the sky. SP Mufasa was born to a small pride with his parents Masigo and Apia Mufasa in a barren land beyond the mountains where everything was withering from a never-ending drought. Despite the hardships, Masigo and Apia held on to hope, telling young Mufasa about a mythical place called Mele, a land of endless beauty, teeming with water, food, and life. They promised him it was their destination, a paradise from their dreams. That day, after 20 moons of waiting, the skies darkened and the first drop of rain fell. Little Mufasa stared in awe at the miracle, seeing rain for the very first time.
Finally, we have rain!
You're too fast!
The joyful animals hurry to the trench, eagerly drinking and celebrating the long-awaited water. However, their excitement turns to panic as the rain intensifies and a sudden flood surges through, sweeping across the land with unexpected force. As Masigo desperately tries to pull Mufasa from the trench now filled with rushing water. The cub freezes in fear, unable to reach Apia. The current sweeps Mufasa away, carrying him to a distant, unfamiliar land. Lost and frightened, the young lion finds himself surrounded by peaceful whales. Is anyone out there? As he calls out desperately for his parents, the floodwaters
Waters joined the on all that he knew.
Alone and scared, Mufasa clings to a floating log as daylight breaks. A voice greets him. Taka, a cub on the riverbank, warns him of approaching predators and urges him to escape. Help me back, as Taka's mother arrived just in time, scaring off the crocodiles after Taka tried to help Mufasa. But Queen Ai scolds Taka for wandering off and almost getting himself in danger.
Call me Eshe.
Reluctantly lets Mufasa join them after he explains he's just lost. After the flood, not a stray, and Taka bring Mufasa home.
Come upon an outsider, tell me what?
But King Obari criticized Taka for letting an outsider join. He's furious, saying it's against their rules, and threatens to eat the cup.
Not running, little Muf.
Mufasa, as his name means king, proudly challenges King Obari. If he could catch him, let the race angered Obari, arranges a race between Mufasa and Taka, offering his life. If Mufasa wins, Obari, anxious for his son's victory, hopes the race will prove Taka's worth, his future king. As they race, Mufasa struggles, haunted by memories of his lonely night on the river. Exhausted, he falls behind Taka. Seeing Mufasa struggle, concedes defeat, admitting he's always wanted a brother. He always wanted a brother. Ys then accepts Mufasa as her son, agreeing to keep him with the pride's females. With the females disappointed, Obari walks away, upset that his son lost to a stray Taka.
No other animal will break.
Teasingly reminds Mufasa that he isn't as fast as he claimed before, as they run off to make some trouble. Time passes throughout the years as Mufasa and Taka grow up. I'll be king with my brother. They form a strong brotherly bond, swearing to never break their pride and always staying by each other's side, happily roaming the lands. Among their other caring animal friends be
We'll never be brothers.
However, Obari is still furious, refusing to accept Mufasa as his own, sending him back to the females. He mocks AE sarcastically, calling her kind for accepting every lizard and grasshopper. He urges Taka to focus and follow his traits to become king. Queeness shares a kind moment with Mufasa, who has lost hope of ever reuniting with his real family, reminding him of his special gifts. Your parents are still out back in the present. Teen and Pumbaa interrupt Rafiki with their favorite Hakuna Matata song.
Hakuna Mufasa!
Pierre, annoyed quickly, silences them and asks Rafiki to continue.
Hakuna Mufasa!
Quiet!
Teaching Mufasa how to hunt.
Later that day, AE teaches Mufasa how to hunt in pairs with Taka, secretly watching from afar. But something else is hunting them. Suddenly, two aggressive white lions ambush them in the terrifying battle. Mufasa fights bravely to protect Isi, killing one lion while the other flees. Taka watches in fear, but retreats.
They go for the neck! It's okay.
A praises Mufasa's bravery, saying she wouldn't have survived without him.
You a great debt.
Humbled thanks Mufasa, who warns the pride to stay alert and send out scouts.
Be coming for him.
As their enemies are closer than they realize, the surviving white lion returns to Kiros, leader of the outsiders, a pride of banished lions, along with his sisters, Awa and Amara. One
left blood on his
angrily punishes the lion for leaving Shaju behind. Only kill. There was no choice. Please, M. They vow to get revenge on Mufasa for killing Shaju, their fallen kin. But you ran from your...
But you ran from your mother.
As the skies darken, Obari urges Taka to lie about his earlier fear, hoping to protect their pride's honor.
They're coming this way, Obasi!
Obas just then, Shagaru the scout, returns with alarming news. The enemy is near twice as many and larger than their own. Pride, fearful Obari vows to protect his bloodline at all costs. He orders Taka to go to safety with Mufasa, guiding him, carrying A's blessing to find a new home. Obari knows this is their only chance to survive, and hopes his son will lead the pride one day, despite the challenges ahead.
Mother?
Your moment of courage will come.
This story is killing me! It's going...
Meanwhile, in the present, PBA feels the story deeply and takes a short break, though he forgets to clean his hooves much, to Teen's dismay. But the story can't wait any longer. At first light, the White Hunters lead Kiros into the Valley of Kings, where Obari and Issei prepare to defend their pride. Outnumbered and overpowered, they face impossible odds. Kiros declares that everything the light touches belongs to him, mocking Obari for his futile efforts to protect his lineage.
Everything the light touches.
Despite their courage, Obari, Issei, and their pride are tragically defeated. The outsiders mercilessly strike them down, leaving no survivors.
Taka, what if you're wrong?
Although Taka hesitates to move forward, Kier listens intently to the story, feeling deeply touched.
Run, Mufasa!
Meanwhile, Mufasa and Taka, desperate to survive and honor their fallen family, flee toward the river.
No, we have to fight. We command you to swim. You what?
Mufasa briefly considers fighting back, but the overwhelming number of outsiders drives them through rocky terrain.
Blood of the king.
Cornered at the edge of a towering waterfall,
In the middle of the water.
realizing the danger, Taka pulls Mufasa off the cliff and they plunge into the deep. Waters below, the young lions momentarily escape. Unfortunately, one outsider leaps into the river, but is taken by an alligator. Not enough. The branch breaks, sending Mufasa and Taka tumbling through the river.
Tell me you can track them down.
Don't Kiros is being assured they can be trapped. Wonder here. Kira feels relieved, knowing Mufasa survives. Though the storyteller keeps identities hidden. Am I Taka PBA? Amusingly wonders if he's Taka. Speaking of Taka, he boasts about saving Mufasa, again by pushing him off the waterfall.
There's no place to run.
They meet a stray lioness named Sarabi,
Still think I'm afraid?
who reveals her family also fell victim to the outsider wrath. Sarabi isn't alone. Her companion, a chatty hornbill named Zazo,
Thank you very much.
constantly brags about winning his scout position over Albert. The iguana Mufasa tells Sarabi they are searching for a mythical place called Mele, but admits they might be chasing a dream. He suggests focusing on finding food instead. If they are to survive, Sarabi, intrigued, agrees to join them, and the group begins their uncertain journey together, forging a bond of survival and shared loss.
This is where I come in.
Later that night, deep in a nearby forest, a clan of baboons holds a tense meeting.
What are you talking about?
He's done it before.
You talking about he's done it before? They vote to banish Rafiki, accusing him of being strange, for claiming to conjure beasts through dreams, speaking to spirits, and summoning evil, much like his brother. It is time, no wait, to find all that heartbroken but hopeful. Rafiki departs, determined to find a new family and prove himself worthy despite their harsh judgment. Wandering through the dark night, Rafiki encounters two hungry lions, Mufasa and Taka, who attempt to intimidate him with his superior threats. I am going forward unfaced. Rafiki calmly tells them they'll never find their destination if they harm him. Intrigued, the brothers pause as Rafiki reveals he's heading to Mele, searching for a brother he saw in prophetic visions. Enough of this desperate, and with no better options, Mufasa and Taka reluctantly decide to follow Rafiki, hoping his visions might lead them to salvation in the present. Teen tease Rafiki for inserting himself into the story. Now you're the star of this, but Rafiki insists Mufasa's tale is incomplete without him. Meanwhile, Kira listens deeply, touched, feeling her father's absence more than ever. In the story, Masa is troubled by dreams of his lost parents when he encounters Rafiki meditating. What are you doing? Rafiki clarifies he is a mandrill, not a baboon, and tells Mufasa they are more alike than he thinks I am, a lion. Mufasa admits his mother's haunting dreams rob him of sleep. Despite their struggles, Rafiki amuses Mufasa with spiritual tricks, like catching a fish and returning it to the river, even though they're starving. Just then, Zazu returns from his night patrol and announces that morning has arrived. It's morning. The decision is yours. Mufasa decides to follow his mother's guidance from the dream, after sensing danger, insisting they go down the hill, though Sarabi initially disagrees. Mufasa teaches her how to sense danger from afar. After focusing, we have to go down. Sarabi realizes the outsiders are closing in and agrees with Mufasa's plan. There's the road as they descend. The group shares light-hearted moments led by Rafiki's rhythmic chants. The mood brightens as they all join in, showcasing their vocal talents. Zazu, unsurprisingly, steals the show with his marvelous singing, lifting everyone's spirits as they journey together in harmony. Despite the looming threat, hunters tracked the lioness. Meanwhile, the relentless outsider. Hunters keep chasing them. Taka begins to develop feelings for Sarabi and asks Mufasa for advice, teasing him for growing up among females. Ask her a question, Mufasa suggests, using the scent of black flowers from Sarabi's previous home. It's very hot, isn't it? I love listening. Taka takes the hint and surprises Sarabi by mentioning the familiar set. Amazing. She's touched that Taka noticed such a detail, and for a moment, he manages to steal her attention as Zazu warns the group that the outsiders are closing in just across from the migrating elephants. Mufasa confidently claims he can convince the elephants to help, which is a bluff to me. Please, we need your help. Sarabi quickly improvises by using a beehive from a nearby tree, causing chaos in the elephant's migration pattern and distracting the outsider's AI in the commotion. Sarabi is injured, and Mufasa bravely steps in to save her. I got you. Meanwhile, Rafiki clings to a tree branch for dear life, eventually falling and landing with the branch, which becomes his walking staff. The group narrowly escapes, while Ray tends to Sarabi's injury. She wakes up to Mufasa, claiming Taka saved her, hoping to help his brother. Mufasa scolds Sarabi for the risky beehive stunt, and Rafiki, sensing tension, cleverly distracts them without their noticing. Taka quietly thanks Mufasa for the gesture. Thank you in the present. Kier worries about the outsider hatred. Why do they want to hurt everybody? Rafiki explains they were cast out for being different, fueling their revenge. Kier admires Rafiki's strength, while Teen and Pumbaa eagerly soak in the moment. Many ways, Rafiki guides the group through a snowy mountain, the shortest route to Melee, while resting Mufasa struggles with his relentless visions, questioning Rafiki's prophecies. Though nothing has come true, yet Rafiki feels and believes Melee is real. It's what I feel Melee exists. As they press on, Mufasa asks to cover their tracks with his wings. Zazu eagerly complies, thrilled by the task. I've got this, a frozen mountain one, for not a lie that's Ko. The outsiders continue their pursuit, but begin losing the trail in the snow. It's not possible, much does Ao's excitement over Mufasa's clever plans. Well played, Mufasa, we did it. Sarabi also appreciates Mufasa, which makes Taka a little worried after seeing them interact so closely. Sarabi is disturbed by the phrase, I got you. Yeah, I got you, hearing Mufasa say it. I got you. She realizes that it was Mufasa who saved her. Not Taka interesting hunting style, Mufasa. Mufasa tries to deny it, but his tracking skills give him away, despite his protests, insisting Taka is the real hero, and that Taka saved his life too. Destiny was to save you. Sarabi insists that Taka was destined to save him, and that's all. Mufasa's ears droop ever since you appeared. He gazes at the sky, realizing that he feels the same way about Sarabi. He never knew how to express it, especially with his brother Taka having marked his territory. But Sarabi can't let go of Mufasa. Now that she's found him, they promise to wait for each other, no matter how long it takes the words. And they only spoke the words they truly wanted to hear. Taka watches from the side, hurt and confused. As Sarabi seems drawn to Mufasa, he wonders what Mufasa told her to change her mind, feeling betrayed, hungry and lost. Taka declares, he has no brother anymore. I have a brother no longer. Sadly, the snowy cliff cracks beneath him, sending him tumbling down right there. Taka watches as the outsiders wander in circles, lost, filled with jealousy over Mufasa and Sarabi. He decides to join them. He feels betrayed by Mufasa, believing his brother caused his father's death. Taka offers to lead them to Melee, even though Kiro doubts its existence. Taka insists, thinking he's their best chance to find Mufasa, who killed Kiro's son. Despite his doubts, Kiro agrees, and Taka eagerly joins the outsiders. It will be my pleasure, ready to hunt down his brother. Taka returns to the group, claiming he was hunting, but when Mufasa tries to apologize, Taka stops him. My brother Rafiki, sensing their journey's end, tells the group they're close to Melee. Meanwhile, Taka secretly leaves scratch marks on the rocks to guide. The outsiders, the listeners, are on edge, anxiously waiting, feeling the tension rise as they wonder what happens next. Finally, they arrive at Melee, a beautiful green land full of food and water. Everyone enjoys the peaceful place, but Taka remains unmoved, only staring at Mufasa, lost in his thoughts, unable to share in the joy. Always Rafiki rushes to the tree, where he often received visions of meeting his brother, who had been taken from him long ago. However, in his vision, he sees Mufasa as his brother. So was you, my brother. Everyone is shocked when they discover that the outsiders have arrived at Melee, despite Mufasa has claimed that they covered their tracks. Kirao suggests that they only came for Mufasa and no one else. Mufasa alerts his brother Rafiki to stay on guard and wait for the signal together. Yes, my brother Kiro sends his army to infiltrate the lion's den and kill them as Mufasa confronts Kos. He applauds Taka for helping find this place. However, Mufasa refuses to believe that his brother Tako was involved. You betrayed me. Taka confirms to Mufasa that he did it for taking Sarabi away from him. Tak leaves Mufasa to fight alone, though smaller Mufasa fights with great skill, throwing Cairo off his back, while Sarabi convinces the other lions to join the fight. Mufasa stands at top a hill, rallying all the animals in Melee to fight together. reminding them that if they don't fight today, tomorrow might be them. You tomorrow. What can't you say with a signal to Rafiki? All the animals unite for the battle driving, the outsiders away in terror. Meanwhile, Kiros and his sisters overpower Mufasa, throwing him into a cave on Taka's watch. In hesitation, Bye-bye Zazu tries. Kung Fu moves but is rescued to his dismay. I do have wings. Cairo storms into the cave, determined to finish Mufasa. Though weary and weakened, Mufasa fiercely fights back. Watching his brother struggle, Taka is overcome with guilt and steps in to help in the chaos. Kiro slashes Taka's eye, leaving a lasting scar. Lians. United once more, the brothers stand together against Kiros outside Sarabai, and the others rally to defend themselves. The young Rafiki triggers a tremor, causing rocks to crash into the cave and flood it. Sarabai and the others watch in fear as Mufasa is swept into the water. Cairo follows, determined to drown him. During the struggle, a falling rock gives Mufasa the chance to send Kiro plunging to his death. What you exhausted, Mufasa swims towards safety. Taka, torn between jealousy and guilt, momentarily considers leaving him, but instead helps his brother out of the water as the tremor settles. Sarabi finds Mufasa, and together they step out of the cave to the triumphant cheers of the animals chanting. Mufasa humbly declines the title, no, no, no more. KS insisting all are equal, and there should be no King's Rafiki. However, encourages him to accept. Don't you see my brother, reminding him of the unity he has brought, led by the animals. Mufasa is taken to a heartfelt reunion with his long-lost mother Apia, who tearfully reveals that his father was lost in the earlier flood in You Now. And I knew it would be Mufasa, confronts Taka about his betrayal, but offers him forgiveness, though he refuses to call him Taka and bitter. Taka renames himself Scar, then call me Scar, embracing his new role as leader. Mufasa joins Sarabi, his bride, and together they look to a bright future under the endless sky that it is your time I wish. I could meet my grandfather in the present. Kira expresses her wish to meet her grandfather, Mufasa. Rafiki gently tells her that Mufasa's spirit lives within her and advises her to look to the sky where her wish may be granted. Kira climbs Pride Rock and roars. Proudly, her spirit strengthened as Mufasa's presence looms above her, echoing her. Roar triumphantly, Rafiki soon finds her and offers wisdom, while Timon and Pumbaa arrive, applauding Rafiki for his wonderful storytelling Reiki. It was, questions take them or leave them, but take. Kir later reunites with her father, Simba Baby. I'm right here to meet her mother and their newborn sibling, promising to share Mufasa's inspiring story with the little. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and let us know where you're watching from in the comment section. Your support is greatly appreciated, my dear friend. Feel free to click on the next video. Thank you.